Well, folks, we're going to try something a little bit different today and do a taste comparison amongst these different Chilean guava varieties that I have. I have 6 varieties here that have been grown for maybe the last year or so, and I just want to do see how they compare against each other in terms of flavour and sweetness and whatnot. There are a few caveats to this. Some of these are purchased in garden centres, local garden centres, so you can't always be guaranteed that the variety you have is what it's purported to be, because garden centres are notoriously bad at labelling plants. Although for the most part, I think these are what they are supposed to be. And then the other caveat is age. Some of these plants are still fairly young, 2 to 3 years old, and I suspect that maybe with age, taste, flavour and productivity could change. I could be wrong now, but you know, they are still young, so there is that small caveat. I think we'll start over here with this one here, which is called Capao. This is the largest berry we have here. This variety is fairly well known, fairly easy to get. I think it was part of James Wong's collection that he had going with Southern Seeds. And yeah, the plant I have is really, really productive. It is selected for its larger berries and productivity. It is probably one of the most productive varieties out there. Let's have a taste. Very nice. Again, like my previous video, if you haven't tasted a Chilean guava rather, you should taste them. It's kind of hard to describe. They're sweet, strawberry-like in my opinion, very berry-like. Almost, it has this funny aftertaste that lingers as well. It almost, to me, tastes like herbs, almost like rosemary, maybe with a bit of sage, but very nice. In terms of sweetness on this one, I'll probably go for about a 6. Flavour's pretty good. Very nice. I'll go to this one here, which is just a standard Chilean guava. It's not any particular named variety. This one is actually reasonably productive, not as productive as Capao. Puts out a lot of berries, but as you can see, a little bit smaller than Capao. Let's have a taste of this one. Yeah, much sweeter. Almost like a sharp sweetness, but very nice. Berry flavour is much stronger in this one as well. Skin is a bit tougher than Capao, but still very nice. Let's try Red Devil. Now, this is not my first time tasting all of these. I've actually been eating them as I've been out in the garden, so I've a reasonable idea of what they taste like already. Red Devil is slightly smaller than standard Ugni. You do get the odd berry that's probably about the same size, but for most part they're just slightly smaller. These two varieties generally have an upright growth habit. This has a more of a sprawling growth habit. Let's have a taste of this one. Almost identical to standard Ugly. Bit sweeter. Not by much, but a little bit sweeter. Flavour is very good though. I think slightly better than standard Ugly. It reminds me of strawberries and cream, or maybe strawberry ice cream flavour. Very, very nice flavour. We'll move down to this one here, which is Flambeau. Flambeau is a variegated form of a Chilean guava, and it doesn't go red like the other varieties. You do get this kind of red tint or red marks on it. If my camera focuses on this, which I don't think it will, but you can kind of get the idea there. Let's have a taste. Very nice, not as sweet as the red varieties, but very good flavour. More of a perfumey type flavour. Still has that Chilean guava flavour, kind of strawberry-ish, but very nice. Quite aromatic as well. So let's go to Butterball. Butterball is another variegated form, has an upright habit. This is not anyway as productive as the last 4. Flambeau is actually reasonably productive. Capao being the most productive, so it puts out berries, but not in anywhere near the quantity as the others do. And in fact, the berries are a little bit smaller as well. So this is probably the smallest berry I have here. Let's have a taste. I'll try another one. That one's okay. Yeah, just tastes like a standard Chilean guava. Not as sweet as the other varieties. Flavours there, not as much. So that's okay. Elite, the last one, I purchased this from a German nursery, and I've seen it now starting to do the rounds in other nurseries on the continent, and I don't doubt that it eventually will make its way to the UK and that. Mine is very, very young, a very small plant. And these are probably about, I think these are the only 4 berries I have off the plant. And again, like Butterball, they're pretty small, certainly a lot smaller than the rest of them, and certainly a lot smaller than Cacao. Let's see if we can make up for that in flavour. More or less the same as Butterball, that is. So yeah, they're okay, not particularly sweet. Flavour is okay. Before I did this, I had an idea or sneaking suspicion that maybe most of these probably taste the same, and they do. There are variations though. Red Devil and the Standard Ugly are by far the best. They're the sweetest, best flavour. Cacao is pretty nice, much more productive. Flambeau is very productive and very nice, but has a slightly different flavour, more aromatic and floral, as I said, but not as strong or not as sweet as taste as these two. But there you go. I might come back to these in a few years to see if there's anything different on them as they get older. Are they more productive? Do the berry sizes get bigger? Does the flavour change? Do they get sweeter and whatnot? But that's Chilean Guavas. There you go.